Osama bin farting. Oh, that's stupid. Stupid. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, low-key a bar. Oh, that's also stupid. National anthem, dubstep remix. That could be something. Yeah?
You're next, let's go.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Alright, hopefully this is good enough. Alright, I'm ready, let's go. When it comes to comedy, people really want to put their best foot forward. You know, put on as good of a show as possible with jokes that they're really proud of, that they've been fine-tuning on the road. So today, I will be doing the opposite. Almost literally every single comedian has a whole bunch of jokes that they just can't let go of despite it not really working. Every writer has half-baked ideas where there's definitely something there, but it's just like not good enough to ever see the light of day. And I've always found a weird, sad beauty to rejected jokes. And making a video all about rejected jokes is fundamentally doomed to mediocrity and a bad idea. But if Drew Gooden can do it, then fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. And much like Drew Gooden, I was also intoxicated for about half of mine. Some of these ideas were shelved because I thought that they were either too insensitive or offensive or just too stupid. For example, Inspector F***It, a gay parody of Inspector Gadget. Is it stupid? Yes. Am I gonna make it? No. But does it have potential? Absolutely. I always loved children's books that had some kind of like formula where each entry is them tackling a new thing, an aspect of their life or some journey or adventure. That concept combined with like, I love the way Indiana Jones movies are labeled. Those two ideas cram together and we get stuff like Indiana Jones and the uncertain career path, Indiana Jones and the needing to switch therapists because they are no longer covered by your insurance, Indiana Jones and the struggle to obtain a work visa, Indiana Jones and the unwanted gay thoughts, Indiana Jones and the bisexual urges, Indiana Jones and the anxious requesting of erectile dysfunction medicine, Indiana Jones and the generational trauma, Indiana Jones and the crisis of faith, Indiana Jones and the unexpectedly high THC edible, Indiana Jones and the recognition of internalized racism. That was a big moment for him. Indiana Jones and the problematic coworker. Indiana Jones and the racist father-in-law. Indiana Jones and the bitch ex-wife. And that's all I got. But like, it's fun. Here's some slurs I came up with. Hear me out. Gymnasts can be called jimmies. That's something. Snowboarders would be powder heads. And those are the only two I came up with. But they're fun. Fuckable Bible tier list. Now that's a video. The liberals want to make Slender Man a slender they. That's a joke. This one's less of a joke and more just like a philosophical question. Do you think Yoda ever got horny? Eat pussy, I must. A laundromat called No Loads Refused. That joke didn't do well for some reason, but I feel like that's one of my best. Another shitty list I have is like, I wanted to come up with like 2010 metalcore band names. You know how it's always like the first word and the second word start with the same letter. I wanted to do that for like the entire alphabet, and I got, here's what I have. I have Autism Activated, Captain Cuckold, and then I gave up. Jamaican Linkin Park be like one ting, me don't know why. This one just says Noise Show Woo Girl. I think that'd be funny.
Woo! Yeah!
This one I was also intoxicated for. The vibe of Peppermint is just kind of gay. Like if it was a person, it'd be wearing like a blue sequins fedora in like 2008. You know what I mean? And like Lemon is a lesbian. I don't know how, but Lemon is absolutely a lesbian. And you know what? They're friends. This one's not even a joke. It's just me being judgmental. You know how sometimes people use mason jars instead of cups for drinking out of? When women do it, it's cool, but when men do it, I think it's fucking lame. If you've watched my videos, you know that I am not a subscriber to toxic masculinity, but that is one weirdly specific thing that like gives me the ick. Like, be a man, use a cup. What the faking cancer so I can ask the Make-A-Wish Foundation for some head. That one's good. Wiz Khalifa sounds like a Harry Potter spell. MAGA guy who wants to be Amish but doesn't know it yet. Man, we need to make America great again. I'm tired of all this wanting to progress things forward. Like we just need to go back to the good old days. Back when women couldn't vote. And back then when we didn't have vaccines either. Back before phones are like ruining young people's brains. And like we had to churn our own butter too. And while we're at it, we should ban like heating and AC. That's the devil's work. Also cars. Haggis acoustic set. This one just says non-binary McDonald's. I don't know what I was cooking with that one. This one's not a joke. I was just very high. We should add Michael Caine to Fortnite. I think it could work. What if Michael Jackson just had Tourette's and no one wanted to say anything because he was Michael Jackson? It would explain a lot, right? Just, hey, pretty lady with the high heels on. Ha! Oh! Ow! What the fuck was that? Do we leave that in? Sounds good, Michael. Yeah. Great job. Ow! Is he okay? This one's not relevant anymore, but I still think it's worth sharing. I don't think it's appropriate that my immediate reaction to a national blood shortage is damn. That'd be such a cool band name. Misogyny. I'd rather massage a knee. This is for when you don't like misogyny, but you would rather massage a knee. Thank you. I was definitely high for this one. All right, epic Breaking Bad joke number 24. What genre of music does Hank Schrader listen to? Mineral and roll. It's not rock, Marie. All right, okay, next one. They call me a British principal the way I'm a headmaster. I like that one. Japanese people love Ohio. Every time I say hi to them, it's the first thing they talk about. Get it? Because of how they greet people. It's always funny when you explain a joke. Man, I hate it when fire trucks and ambulances drive by. Like, dude, turn your music down. It's trash. Hey, there's gonna be like an uncle somewhere who loves that joke. Yeah, I live in the hood. The clitoral hood. I did end up posting this one, but I lost 6 followers, so I think it's going in the reject bin. Getting a divorce is so Republican coded. I always thought it was weird when parents would describe their teenager as being boy crazy, because like that's just playfully telling strangers, yeah, my daughter's horny. Oh, this one's a math one. Seeing 2 boobs is hot, but seeing 1 boob is funny. ACAB includes the apartment leasing office people. America's funniest home videos, but with live leak footage. That's a good idea. That's all I'm saying. TV ratings would probably go up, which is the fucked up part. Just like footage of like a woman on a roller coaster and like one of the gears like grabs her hair and scalps her, and then like what's his face is just like, talk about a bad hair day. Or like that awful Rob Dyrdek show, just Chanel West Coast doing her best dolphin impression at like, you know, footage of some Russian guy falling off a building. This one's a YouTube idea. It's cold ones, only it's cold hard questions, and then we just take a bunch of Viagra and hang out. This one is an idea, but I'm not sure like how it would ever be utilized. Jesus Christ, attorney at law. Alternatively, there's a Judge Jesus. There's something there. I hate the phrase 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Only 1 in the stink? What are we, Mormon? Thy kingdom is doing what? That one's stupid, but I like that one. Ooh, this is a good video idea. Getting into a car accident prank. It's where you get hit by a car. This is my impression of that one dude at the edge of the pit that's always holding a beer for some reason. I know this doesn't have a lid of any kind, but like, I think I'm safe standing here. Evil Bob Marley be like, one hate. Evil Hoobastank be like, I am a perfect person. Only to subtweet it, is this anything? This is another video idea. It's the workplace violations of the Krusty Krab. I think that'd be fun. I would love to be like an OSHA inspector, so like I could make a whole bunch of videos on like the various like fictional places, seeing how many OSHA violations they have or they would have. Just, I feel like that would be such a successful series that can only work if you have like the credentials to back it up, you know? I don't want to sound too extreme, but I think the death penalty is appropriate for people who come down to the front row only to look bored and disinterested for most of the show. I'm exaggerating, but no, I'm not. This one is true, but if I say it, people will get mad at me. If you're fucking a white dude with dreadlocks, Shut up. With all due respect, we can see your life choices, and maybe whatever you have to say is not worth it. I'm sorry. Why does diarrhea, specifically diarrhea, have its own unique smell? This one's not a joke. I'm mostly just curious. What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? A video essay. Eating that pussy like om nom nom. All right, next one. Dwayne the Ray William Johnson. Is that anything? That one sucks. But hey, I told you these weren't going to be good. Okay, this one's not a joke. It's either a song idea or a band name, or something. Diarrhea at the Golden Corral. It just paints so many pictures. Is it someone having diarrhea in the Golden Corral bathroom? Is it a Golden Corral that only serves diarrhea? Or is it someone having diarrhea all over the all-you-can-eat buffet? It genuinely paints like a whole image. It's like poetry in that way. I don't know. I think it has potential. Someone use it if you want. This one is so stupid. You know those ads where like their whole thing is like a hotline to text to like help encourage you to stop smoking? What about that for like encouragement for smoking? Yo, dude, think about how fucking cool you would look though. Ooh, this one is a shelved YouTube video idea. Ranking celebrity couples based on how accommodating they'd be during a threesome. I think that the concept is hilarious, but I think the reality of like actually sexualizing a lot of celebrities, like it just seems a little gross, you know? I love making videos like this, but I try and refrain from having it be like real people, So even though I'm not going to do it, I still think it's a funny idea. The title of Grand Wizard is so fucking badass. It's such a shame racists ruined it for the rest of us. Like, if you didn't know what that was, wouldn't you be like, wow, that sounds really cool. How can I be one? Once again, not really a joke, mostly just a question. What mental illness does DJ Khaled have? Because he definitely has something. Republicans, when they find out that not being allowed to say bomb inside of an airport is a violation of free speech. Can we gaslight them into being mad about that? So like they start doing like a movement where they all go into airports and say it just so they could get like arrested and pretend to be a victim. I'm joking, of course, but like if enough of us do it, they will take the bait. Fettuccine Alfredo. Thank you. What if smaller artsy films started adopting the cinematic universe business model? Just like at the end of Moonlight, the two guys from Brokeback Mountain come in and are just like, we're forming a team. Throws down a bunch of files and it's like the dude from Saltburn or something. What's-her-face is going to be like the Black Widow of the gang. I don't know, man. I feel like it has potential, but it's probably just like the same tier of quality as like a mediocre SNL skit. This one's a name idea for a cartoon villain, Monsieur Money Stacks. Just if anyone wants to use that. Go ahead. Okay, this one's a rejected concept. Dark ambient drag show. I don't know what they would do other than just kind of like slowly walk around forlornly, but like that could be something. A dark ambient cover of Fatty Spins Doing Your Mom. I'm not going to do that one, but I should. All right, you know how like a lot of rap albums have like a skit or two in the middle, or at least they used to? Just a skit in a dark ambient album. That's something. This is a theory I have. You can tell how cool or horrible a place is by its overalls. If everyone is wearing overalls in a gay way, it's cool. If people are wearing overalls in a straight way, it's bad. And if there's no overalls, it's fine. This one is a potential like Family Guy joke. So like there's an old-timey carnival barker and he says, "You bet your bottom dollar." And then a sentient gay dollar appears in frame and is like, "Who, me?" Seth MacFarlane, hit me up. David Attenborough narration over VR chat footage. Here we have Sir Tails-a-Lot. One of the most ferocious animals in his polycule. He has multiple personalities, or at least that's what he says to make him seem more interesting. Be careful, however. You don't want to get into a tussle with this guy. Not only is he an alpha, but every time you get into an argument with him, he claims that his dad actually works for VR chat. Now it has attracted a mate. Here we have a 45-year-old man who's using a voice changer. Ooh, they're moving into something physical, and oh! They have phantom pain, so that's not going to work out. At nearly 4 a.m., I decided to put air hockey boxing in my notes. It's like air hockey, but you could also punch each other. And I remember when I wrote this down, I thought it was such a good idea. I'm ashamed to admit part of me still thinks it has a little bit of potential, but it's anyways, let's next one. I feel like Mo Sizlak would have been at January 6th. Sorry, I see it. So you know how like in a lot of extreme music, like splits are very common, you know, half of it is one band, half of it is the other. I was kind of thinking like, you don't like, it'd be so cool if like bigger unexpected artists also started doing splits, like a Weird Al Hans Zimmer split. That'd be fun. I'd get that on fucking vinyl. You kidding me? And that is the only example I have, but like it's funny, kind of. No? Okay. Oh Jesus. I think Subway should bring Jared back just because it'd be kind of funny. Say what you will, the amount of like publicity Subway would get. Honestly, it might be a smart business move. Terrible, and they shouldn't do it, but it might work. I feel like all punk bathrooms gotta be playing Resident Evil safe room music just 24/7. You see what I mean? Some of these jokes have potential, but they're also not fully there and not quite good. Okay, this one's funny, but I don't want to post it and then have people yell at me. No one just asks for money anymore. It's gotta come with 5 oppression adjectives too. Polyamorous person in need. Hey, with all due respect, that's just a person. That's not anything. I don't know how to explain it, but skinny guys smoking cigars feels wrong. Like, that's gotta be some kind of cultural appropriation. Smoking cigars is for fat guys. They call me Cedric the way I'm diggorying up in those guts. That one's good. Flash mobs were an unfortunate consequence of giving theater kids too many rights. You know how the president is like cracking down on like unlawful grouping out in public and like starting to like, you know, give the go ahead for slightly more aggressive ways of controlling it, and also bragging about getting rid of free speech. If it was that but applied specifically to flash mobs, I'd kind of get it. If I'm in a coffee shop and everyone starts loudly singing the theme song from Mamma Mia, I'm fucking... The police should kill you. If you can throw a frisbee really well, even though you're objectively more talented than me, I will still look down on you for some reason. I feel like in order to get good at the frisbee, you have to be like homeschooled or some other ailment. I don't know. A goth woodworking company called the Cabinets of Dr. Caligari. That's something. All right, this one's a stretch, but I like it. The horror movie trailer guy being forced to plug other adjacent media. I would always just get a huge kick out of like horror movie previews where the voiceover guy is forced to say something that's like not scary at all, just like, my soul to take. Streaming now on Disney Plus. I just love the idea of that guy being forced to plug like so many things at the end of a trailer. The Conjuring Last Rites in theaters July 28th. Also make sure to download the Conjuring app on iOS and Android devices. Also make sure to check out our sponsorship with Twizzlers. I can't do the voice, but fuck it, you get it. Kanye West when he learns what religion Jesus was. He's not going to like that one. The turrets in Portal have the same vibes as the minions, only the turrets are actually likable. I don't know what to do with this observation, but there you go. Mater from the hit Cars franchise will not be returning to the series after transphobic comments have leaked. I could see Mater going on the Joe Rogan podcast. I could see it. I think they have a similar intelligence level. Okay, this is what I would say if I was flirting with an actress. Dang, I want to see them titties sag after we have sex. Thank you. This one just says Santa versus Father Christmas. There's something funny here, probably. Liberal colorblind person be like, I don't see color. Sean Kingston's Beautiful Girls, but it's accusatory. This one's not really a joke, but it is funny. It's like spitting in someone's mouth, but you miss. Have you ever done that? It's hard to recover from. Spud sounds like a lesbian slur. I lived in Idaho, so I think I have a pass to say that, maybe? I don't know. A Vietnam protest song, but they're protesting that we left. Why haven't we put a brim on a yarmulke yet? I feel like that's a fair question. Ooh, or like those like propeller hats. What about one of those? That'd be cool. It doesn't matter how woke you think you are. If someone's last name is Wang... That's kind of funny. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate bigotry and I hate racism. I think that they're both terrible. But I do have a note that I do think is funny. It's just white power, but in a silly font. Like, I don't know, maybe like there's like a meeting or something, and one of them's like, oh, I got us custom t-shirts. We could all wear it together. And they were like, let's check it out. Oh, yeah, Todd. No, that looks awesome, man. You designed it yourself? And then they like have to wear it because they don't want Todd to feel bad. Like, there's something there about white power, but in a silly font that is comedy gold. I just don't know how to get there. This one's just called Stand Up for Babies. Fellas, all right, you know when you go potty, what's the deal with mommy? What? That joke really sucks, but something about what's the deal with mommy, I like it. I picture Jerry Seinfeld. The Terminator franchise, only instead of Cyberdyne, it ends up being Grok that ends the world, so all of Arnold's dialogue is just like Reddit cringe from 2013. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. At the end, instead of it being like heartfelt goodbye and then he kills himself in the lava, they just like, oh, thank God, he's gone. Holy shit. Ooh, okay, I don't know if this one's a video idea or legitimate journalism or what. I mean, it's a crime, but I think it's a good idea. Downloading Grindr at the RNC, catfishing everyone, and then publishing the data. I don't care who you are or where you stand politically. If there is like an official list that gets released of like all the Republican senators that love twinks, I'd want to take a gander because that sounds hilarious. It is morally wrong for many different reasons, but it would also be cool, funny, and legitimately good journalism. So, just saying. This one is things/scenarios that I thought would be more common as an adult due to its prevalence in children's media. There's quicksand, that's a classic, that's an easy one. But like butlers, I have not encountered a single butler in my entire life, but in kids' media, it comes out quite frequently. There being a rumor that someone's a witch, that also never comes up. I think I could speak for all of us when I say I really overestimated the availability of monkeys, because in children's media, it comes up at least once. Brain freeze being an issue. It's fine. It's a little annoying, but it's never a problem. Sneaking out of the window, the concept of an evil babysitter, gold coins, and just gold in general. None of that comes up. Fun secrets, like, oh, your dad is actually works for the CIA. Like, it's always just like, he's an alcoholic. Like, no family secrets are fun. It's almost always just bad or sad. Throwing a pebble at someone's window to get their attention. That one's good. Encountering some kind of flying contraption happens all the time in children's media. I've never once stumbled upon a hoverboard or a jetpack. I'm starting to think that we're lying to us. Stuff involving underwear. It was such a comedic like staple of children's media. In real life, it's you wear it, you take it off, or you take off another person's. Like, I don't get the obsession. Food fights. I genuinely thought that at this point in my life, I would have been involved in at least 5 different food fights. It's 0. That's such bullshit. The importance of spelling bees. It's always a big deal, and even in actual school, who gives a shit? I thought that at least once by now I was gonna go on some sort of adventure with a celebrity. That's never fucking happened. Orphans. I kind of thought there'd be more of them, if I'm being honest. Stowaways, the concept of hair growth serum, you spill it on you and then you're like completely covered in hair like a werewolf. And the prevalence of spy gadgets. Really disappointed that there's not more. Also, not a single wish has been granted once my entire life. I genuinely thought wishes would come into play at some point. And, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a long time, but I just kept putting it off just because it's so fundamentally flawed. Making a video entirely comprised of jokes that aren't that funny just fundamentally dooms this video to mediocrity, like at best. And like the whole point of comedy is to make people laugh, and since these aren't that funny, I feel like it kind of fails at its like only job. But now that I've passed 100K, thank you again, by the way, I figured, fuck it. If you want to hear some of my jokes that are actually funny, please consider watching any of my videos or following me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Or you could just wait until they're screenshotted and then post it on social media, because that happens sometimes. Huge thanks to all these people for supporting me on Patreon. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to make stupid videos that are doomed to fail like this one. If you want to join this list of names, you can if you want, but you also don't have to. That's fine too. I hope you enjoyed this stupid video. Thank you for your support, and until next time, bye. Only 90s kids remember this. The 90s. A 9/11 reaction video. Not like a, oh my god, this is so sad, but like a Sniper Wolf. Whoa! Those tears did what? Like something, I don't know. There's something there.